Hello learner, greetings of the day. Let's discuss about Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. This is the second line drawing algorithm that we are discussing. In my previous video, I have already discussed about DDA algorithm, that is Digital Differential Analyzer line drawing algorithm. Now the purpose of this algorithm is also to draw a simple line. So basically the method used to draw the line is different from DDA, but here also we select the pixel based on few steps that we follow as per Bresenham's algorithm. So when we are selecting the pixels, it is something like the screen is divided in the form of a grid, and in the grid you have several blocks where each block you consider as a pixel. So whether to choose the upper pixel or lower pixel that corresponds to the line segment, so that choice is made as per the Bresenham's algorithm. Okay, so basically the screen is divided into several grids. So in the form of a grid you consider a screen, there each block is considered as a pixel. So whether to select this pixel like upper pixel or lower pixel, which pixel should be considered, that depends upon the portion of the line segment that is coming across through the pixel. Okay, so now here also we have two cases. One is to consider the slope. So consider or calculate the slope of the line, and there are two cases to be checked. First case is whether the slope of the line is less than 1. So what is the meaning of slope less than 1? So it can be negative slope, or it can be the slope equal to 0, or it can be the slope less than 0.1. Okay, so it can be 0.8, 0.6 or something like that, or it can be equal to 0, or it can be negative slope. So this is the case 1. One more case is the line whose slope is greater than 1. So it is exactly greater than 1 means it is positive slope. Okay, so now as usual for drawing the line we need to start from the first endpoint, and always we take the first endpoint as the leftmost point, and which is nothing but x0 and y0. So as we start plotting this first point, we can move to the next pixel, or we have to now choose the next pixel to plot the next point. So choosing of the next pixel or the next point is depending upon the formula that we are going to follow here, and as per the Bresenham's algorithm. So as usual our line equation is y is equal to mx plus c, so where m is a slope there and c is the y-intercept. Okay, so the slope formula is as usual m is equal to dy by dx. Let's discuss the Bresenham's algorithm with the help of an example. Rather than discussing the algorithm directly, we will discuss this algorithm stepwise with the help of an example, so that it will be easy for you to understand the algorithm. So in the next stage, let's go to the algorithm, and then after that we will see the code directly, that is the implementation of Bresenham's algorithm using OpenGL. So first let us see an example of drawing a straight line from the end point is given here. The first leftmost end point is given, that is 35,40, to the rightmost end point, the other end point is given to you, that is 43,45. So the two end points are given, left and rightmost end points. So with the help of those end points, you are supposed to now draw a straight line using Bresenham's algorithm. So now the first step would be calculation of slope. So we know the formula to calculate the slope, that is dy by dx. So all that you have to do is calculate dy and calculate dx. We know the formula to calculate dy. So what is the formula? It is y2 minus y1. So what is our x1, y1? Like we can take this as x1, this is y1. So 35 is x1, 40 is y1, this is the leftmost endpoint. x2 and y2 is nothing but the rightmost endpoint of the line segment. So we can calculate dy, that is delta y, that is nothing but y2 minus y1. 45 minus 40, that is equal to 5. Next, delta x, which is x2 minus x1, and that is 43 minus 35, and 43 minus 35 is equal to 8. So here let's calculate the slope. You can see here the formula: 45 minus 40, that is y2 minus y1, divided by 43 minus 35, that is x2 minus x1, is equal to 5 by 8, and that is nothing but equal to 0.6. So we got the slope, and the slope is equal to 0.6. Now as per our algorithm, we are supposed to now check two cases. So the cases are whether the slope is less than 1 or the other way around, whether the slope is greater than 1. And we found that here our slope is equal to 0.6, exactly it is less than 1. So what are we supposed to do when the slope is less than 1? As I already said, we have the formula which has to be followed here as per Bresenham's algorithm. In order to calculate the coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate, that is, in order to calculate the plot point, that is the very next point, in order to plot that point, in order to calculate x coordinate and y coordinate, we are supposed to make use of a decision parameter. So what is the decision parameter D? We denote it as pk, the decision parameter pk, and the one more decision parameter there is pk plus 1, which has to be computed. So the two decision parameters are required. So what is the formula to calculate the decision parameter? Remember, this decision parameter is used in order to calculate the x coordinate and y coordinate, the next x coordinate and y coordinate that we are supposed to plot after x1 y1. Okay, the very next point, in order to calculate, we make use of these two parameters or decision parameters. So the first decision parameter formula is pk is equal to 2 delta y minus delta x. We know what is delta y and delta y x, right? So it is change in y and change in x. So this formula is used to calculate the first decision parameter, and there's one more formula to calculate the next decision parameter, which is given by pk plus 1, and that is equal to the previous decision parameter that you have just calculated. What is the previous decision parameter? That is the pk, what you have just now calculated. This value you take up, previous value, and add it with 2 delta y minus 2 delta x, and here multiply that by yk plus 1. What is this yk plus 1? The next y coordinate, the y coordinate that you have calculated minus the previous y coordinate yk. So it is something like the very next y coordinate that you are calculating, that should be subtracted from the previous y coordinate that you have already calculated. So yk plus 1 minus yk. So this is a formula used to calculate the next decision parameter. Okay, so now based on this decision parameter values that you have computed just now, you are now ready to plot the x coordinate and y coordinate corresponding to the line segment. So what is that you do to calculate x coordinate and y coordinate? Check what is the decision parameter that you have calculated. If the decision parameter value, that is pk, if the calculated value is greater than 0, that means if it is positive, or if it is positive, that is 0.1 onwards, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, it goes on. If it is positive, that's greater than 0, then you are supposed to plot the coordinates something like this. What is that? You should increment both x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay, let's solve this above problem, so you will come to know there. So you have to increment x coordinate and y coordinate both if the decision parameter is positive or if it's greater than 0. Suppose if the decision parameter that you have calculated just now, pk, what you have calculated, if it is negative, or if it is less than 0. So what is the meaning of less than 0? Less than 0 is if it is negative. In that case, you are supposed to increment only x coordinate, not y coordinate. So whatever the initial value you had, x1, y1, so for that, by taking that as reference, the previous x coordinate should be incremented, but no increment in y coordinate. This is how you plot the next point that corresponds to line segment. Okay, so this is actually the first case what we have checked. And what is that case? For the line whose slope is less than 1. And suppose if this line whose slope is greater than 1, if the slope is greater than 1, then the formula for the decision parameter changes. So what is the formula for decision parameter? If for the slope greater than 1, it is 2 delta x minus delta y, just an interchange there, okay. 2 delta x minus delta y is equal to pk. And what is the formula for calculating the next decision parameter pk plus 1? It is the previous pk value, same as the above formula, plus, but there is interchange of x and y. What is that? 2 delta x minus 2 delta y, and within the brackets it's x coordinates this time, difference in x coordinates, that is xk plus 1 minus xk. So this is a formula that changes. And how do you calculate now the x coordinate, y coordinate? How do you plot the point? By checking the, again, value of pk. So the previous pk value what you have calculated, check if it is positive or if it's greater than 0, then you have to increment both x and y. Suppose if the decision parameter what you have calculated is negative, in that case you're supposed to calculate xk, keep x coordinate as it is, but you have to increment only the y coordinate. So this is the case, second case, where the slope of the line is less than 1. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this formulas now. Okay, so you can just see here the formula pk and the formula pk plus 1. So let's now start solving this particular problem. Remember, the two endpoints are 35, 40, from where you're going to start now, and you have to end once you reach the extreme rightmost point, that is 43, 45. Once you reach this particular point, you should stop this algorithm. Okay, so start plotting the points for this particular example. Okay, so we have now calculated delta x and delta y. So keep it ready. So what is the delta x value? So our end point, the very first end point that we had was 35, 40, and the last end point that we have here is 43, 45. So these 2 points are given to you, 35, 40 and 43, 45. So 35, 40, that is x1 and y1 and x2 y2, you can say. So what is our delta x? Change in x, x2 minus x1, that is 43 minus 45, that is equal to 8. What is delta y? It is 45 minus 40, and that is equal to 5. So delta x and delta y is calculated. 2 delta x also you keep it ready. Why? Because we require that in our formula. So 2 delta x and 2 delta y, both we require in our formula. That is why you can just keep it ready, 2 delta y and 2 delta x values. So how much is that? 2 into 8, that is 16. Then 2 into 5, that is equal to 10. So keep these values ready there. And now you are ready to calculate the very first decision parameter. We have already calculated the slope of our line, and since the slope of our line is 0.6, which is less than 1, so we are supposed to take up this first row, or we are supposed to take up the formula pk and pk plus 1 in the first row. So it's the first case that is satisfied. So check our formula, and the formula here says that 2 delta y minus delta x is equal to pk. So we are ready to calculate our first decision parameter, or initial decision parameter, where k is equal to 0. So we are at the first iteration. So what is p0? That's equal to, calculate this, 2 delta y minus delta x, and how much is that? 16 minus 10. You can say 16 minus, I'm sorry, it is 2 delta y minus delta x, that is 10 minus, what is delta x? 8. So it is 10 minus 8, and how much is that? Equal to 2. So pk or p0 is equal to 2. So you can just add that. You can draw a table wherein you can start from the 0th iteration now, and you know now the first end point, the leftmost end point, is the first value 35, 40, which is given to you in the question. And now based on this end point, we have calculated the pk value or p0 with the help of our formula. And what is our formula? Pk or p0, it is 2 delta y minus delta x, and we got to know that our pk value or p0 value here is, it is equal to 2. So we got the value 2, and now you check the value 2 Since it is positive, it's greater than 0. So since the value of pk is 0, greater than 0, we have our condition. Since it is greater than 0, what are we supposed to do? We are ready to plot our point. And what is our point? Xk plus 1 comma yk plus 1. That means we have to increment both x coordinate and y coordinate. So you have our x0 y0. What is it? 35 comma 40. And now the very next point that I'm going to plot is you increment both x and y. That is 35 is incremented by 1 to 36 and 40 is incremented to 41, and that is here our x1 and y. I mean the next point, that is xk plus 1 comma yk plus 1. So this is our next point. And now do not forget to calculate our next decision parameter, and our formula says pk plus 1, that is p1 now I'm going to calculate, and which is equal to our previous decision parameter value. What is our previous decision parameter value that we have calculated? It is equal to 2. So substitute there, pk plus 1 is equal to 2 plus 2 delta y. What is 2 delta y? It is equal to 10. So 10, you can just see here, 2 plus, so 10 minus, what is the formula? 2 delta x. What is 2 delta x? It's 16. We have pre-calculated everything. So minus 16, and inside the bracket, what is it you have to do? Yk plus 1 minus yk. What is yk plus 1 over here? The yk plus 1 over here is nothing but just now what you have calculated, the y coordinate. It is 41. Yk plus 1 is 41. And what is minus yk? Yk is nothing but our previous y coordinate. How much it is? 40. So 41 minus 40, that you're supposed to do. So you calculate this, and the answer that you get here is minus 4. And remember, this minus 4 is going to be our next decision parameter, that is pk plus 1, next decision parameter. So you're ready now for the next iteration. So what is our next iteration? The first iteration, 0th iteration is done. So the next iteration you are in. So what is our coordinate that we have just calculated from our previous iteration? It is 36.41, and this is the point that we are going to plot, or we are going to draw after 35.40. So the x coordinate is incremented, y also is incremented. So our next value is this here. And what is that previous decision parameter we have just now calculated? It is minus 4. So write it minus 4, because our previous decision parameter what you've calculated is minus 4. Now you check what is the value of pk that you have got. So is it greater than 0? No, we got it as negative, minus 4. Since pk is less than 0, what are we supposed to do? Our coordinate there should be only increment to x but not increment in y. So here our 36.41 we have as a previous coordinate. So all that you have to do is just increment x. 36 is incremented by 1 to 37, and y coordinate you keep it as it is. Earlier it was 41, and now also you don't touch that, don't increment, keep it as it is. Only what you have incremented is x coordinate. So 37.41 is our next point that we are going to plot. Remember, after plotting this point, we are now ready to calculate the next decision parameter value as per our formula. So what is our next decision parameter value? Remember, in our formula, the first value is our previous decision parameter that we have just calculated. So what was the previous decision parameter that we have just calculated, pk? And that is minus 4. So minus 4 you substitute here, plus the formula remains the same. What is the formula saying? 2 delta y. So how much is 2 delta y? It is 10 minus 2 delta x. What is it? 16. And remember, what is that here inside? Yk plus 1 minus yk. So what is our yk plus 1? That is the y coordinate that we have just calculated, and that is nothing but 41. So what is yk? Yk is the previous y coordinate what we have calculated. That is also 41. So 41 minus 41. So how much is 41 minus 41? It is 0. So here you have to just calculate this first part. Minus 4 plus 10. How much is that? 6. So that is our next decision parameter, and that next decision parameter you can write over here directly 6. And remember, what is the next coordinate that you have calculated? 37.41. So now that you keep it ready for the next iteration. Now we are at the second iteration, you can say it's the third iteration. So your decision parameter is ready, coordinate is also ready. Now you check what is the sign of the decision parameter, pk. Is it greater than 0? Yes, this time it is greater than 0. So what are you supposed to do? Just increment both x and y. So your both 37 and 41 should be incremented to 38 and 42. So based on this new coordinates that you have calculated, now check or calculate the next decision parameter value pk plus 1. So all that you have to do is again substitute the values. So this goes on. When are you supposed to end this iteration? You are supposed to end this once you reach the last endpoint given to you in the question. So the last endpoint given to you in the question is 43, 45. Once you reach that particular point, you are supposed to stop your iteration. So no more further calculating your decision parameters. So you can end the calculation over here. Students, if you want to recall this, you can pause the video wherever you want, or you can replay this video, this particular portion, in order to understand it in a better way. Okay. Now here all the points that we have plotted, or all the points that we have got just now by following our Bresenham's algorithm, by calculating our decision parameter value, you can now plot the final points, and finally you can generate the line segment. The purpose of implementing Bresenham's is drawing the line segment, right? So we have just calculated all the coordinates. So 35, 40 was given to you. That was our first point. You can see here 35, 40. We have already assume that this is our 35 and this is 40. So this is the first endpoint that we have plotted. And what is the next point that we got? 36, 41. So our 36, 41 is over here. Assume this is our 36 and this is our 41. So we got our next point. Next we have 37, 41. It is our 37, 41 here. And next we have 38, 42. 38, 42, it is over here. Next goes on until we reach the last endpoint. What is it? 43, 45. Assume this is 43. So this is 43, 45. So all the points are plotted, and with the help of all these pixels that you have drawn, you are supposed to generate a straight line. That's all. So draw the straight line. So how we are drawing the straight line? Start from this leftmost end, and now your line passes through this upper pixel, and then line passes through this lower pixel, then again it passes through this pixel. So all these pixels corresponds to this line segment. That is how you get a straight line with this Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. Hope this example is clear. Now we are ready to just go through the steps of this algorithm, and we will also see the implementation of this Bresenham's algorithm. Here I have one more example for you to understand. So you can just go through this particular example. You all can pause this particular video here and just understand this particular example as well. So I want you all to practice this example. I am leaving this as an exercise to you all. So solve this particular example on your own and try to plot all the points and try to finally generate this particular line segment by following the same steps or the same formula that we had used earlier. So this is the algorithm that I was speaking about. These are the 5 steps that you're supposed to follow in the Bresenham's algorithm. The first step is you're supposed to input the 2 endpoints. So the 2 endpoints that we have, you can start from the leftmost endpoint. So that is x0, y0, the leftmost endpoint that we have, and this is our first step in the algorithm. Okay, so what is our second step? So you're supposed to set the color now for this particular endpoint. If you want, you can set the color. So what is the color that you can set? Red, green, blue, or whichever you want. So x0, y0 is our leftmost endpoint. Plot it first. So next you have the third step, but remember, before I continue with this algorithm, these 5 steps what we have written is only for the line whose slope is less than 1. Remember, this is algorithm what we have written is for this lines whose slope is less than 1. As I already said, we have 2 cases that is to be checked. One is line with the slope less than 1, and one more is the line slope greater than 1. So let's continue with the algorithm. Our third step is calculate the constants. What is it? Anyways, we know our formula. In our formula we have something like delta x which has to be calculated, delta y which has to be calculated, then 2 delta y, and then 2 delta y minus 2 delta x which has to be calculated. So calculate all these constants and keep it ready. And now here we are ready to calculate the decision parameter, and the decision parameter formula is P naught is equal to 2 delta y minus delta x. So this is our initial decision parameter formula. So once you calculate this formula, what are you supposed to do? At the next step, at each xk along the line, you start from the first iteration k is equal to 0, and now you check the conditions. So what is the condition that you have to check? Just test the decision parameter if it is greater than 0 or if it's less than 0. Suppose if the decision parameter value is less than 0, so your next point that you're going to plot is nothing but increment in x. So this is only for decision parameter value less than 0. So increment in x, but don't increment y. And then after you plot the point, now you can calculate the next decision parameter. So pk plus 1, and what's the formula we have? Pk, the previous decision parameter, plus 2 delta y. And now you can see, suppose if the decision parameter value, if it is greater than 0, that means if it's positive, what are you supposed to do? You just have to increment both x and y, and once you increment both x and y, what you can do there, you have the formula there to calculate the next decision parameter value. What's the next decision parameter value? Formula previous pk plus 2 delta y minus 2 delta x. So these are the two formulas that you're supposed to use. And now once you're done with this, you have to continue with this algorithm. You have to repeat this step. Which step? This fourth step you're supposed to repeat until you reach the last end point. So as you all know, the extreme rightmost point, until you reach this rightmost point, you're supposed to repeat this fourth step. So these are the 5 steps that you're supposed to follow in Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. You can just see here, this is the next part or the other case here for the line whose slope is greater than 1. So suppose if the line whose slope is greater than 1, then you have here the decision parameter formula, which is slightly different from our previous decision parameter formula. So you don't have to worry. All that you have to do is interchange x and y. That's all. So this is the next case for the line whose slope is greater than 1. So there the decision parameter what you're calculating, the formula is here 2 delta x minus delta y. Instead of 2 delta y minus delta x, it is 2 delta x minus delta y. That's all. Okay. And if the decision parameter is negative, that is if it's less than 0, in that case the next point that you're plotting is xk comma yk plus 1, and the formula changes to pk plus 1 equal to pk plus 2 delta x this time. Okay. So otherwise if the decision parameter value is greater than 0, then the next point that you're plotting is both increment in x and y value, and the formula changes to pk plus 2 delta x minus 2 delta y. So just you have to do is interchanging of x and y, and this is for the next case of the line whose slope is greater than 1. So before we start with the implementation of Bresenham's algorithm, remember whenever you are solving, you take up examples for both the cases. That is for a line whose slope is less than 1 and for the line whose slope is greater than 1. So try solving the exercise or the problems for both the cases. Okay. So here we have the implementation of Bresenham's algorithm, and this is only for the line whose slope is less than 1. Okay, and you can write on your own the code for the line whose slope is greater than 1. So only there what you have to change is interchange delta y and delta x. That's all. Okay, so now remember this is the function. So I'm just showing you only the function or the Bresenham's function there, which actually does the line drawing concept, which actually implements this line drawing thing. Okay, so you can just see here this function. So anyways, we have the inputs that has to be taken: extreme end point, that is leftmost point x naught y naught, and the rightmost point, that is x end and y end. Okay, these are the 4 input parameters that you're going to pass here, and now you can calculate the delta x and delta y over here. So what is delta x? Anyways, we know x end minus x naught, that is the rightmost x coordinate minus leftmost x coordinate, x end minus x naught, and dy is y end minus y naught. So you can keep pre-calculate this. Similarly, your formula says that p is equal to 2 delta y minus delta x. This also we can pre-calculate it, and 2 delta y you can take it as, see, this 2 into dy, you can store it as a variable called 2 dy. Then you have a formula that is 2 into dy minus dx, which also can be pre-calculated and kept it ready in a variable. So these are the things which you can pre-calculate it and keep it ready. So now you can start with the start with the one position, that is x0 comma y0, and now you check always first before you starting whether your x0 is greater than xn. That means from which point you should start plotting, whether it is from the leftmost end point you're plotting towards the rightmost end point, or whether you're plotting from, whether you start from the rightmost point and move towards the leftmost point. So this decision you can make it on your own, and now you can check this condition for that if x0 is greater than x end. So if x0 is greater than x end, in that case what you have to do is, we always make a practice, we will always make a practice to plot from the left. Always will start plotting from the left side, that is from left to right. Suppose if you find x0 is greater than x end, so what is the meaning of that? x0 goes to the right, x end comes to the left. So in that case we don't want it to happen, right? So always x0 we prefer to be lesser than xn, so that we can start plotting from leftmost end. Okay, so it is something like x0 y0 should be over here, x end and y end should be over here. So left side point should be always less than the right side point. So if x0 is greater than x end, all that you have to do is interchange. X should be your x end, y should be your y end. So what is that? X end should be your x0. So in that case what you can do, x end, whatever you had, that you can make it as x0. So always, so that always we will start from x0 and y0. So you can do now, you can continue now else part. What is that? We will assume that now x0 is less than x end. So in that case you can start plotting from the leftmost point. So start from x0 and y0 and just save those values in the variable x and y. Okay, now you can start. So our function set pixel xy, what you can do, you can just store this x and y value in the frame buffer. And now what you can do, storing in the sense, you can now plot this particular point using GL vertex function. You can directly plot this particular point. And now we are ready to check the condition. What is the condition? If this value x coordinate is less than xn, so that means you're checking whether it is a leftmost point. In that case you can now increment x, so directly you can give an increment to x. So and now you are ready to calculate the decision parameter value. So you know that decision parameter, whatever it may be, it may be your decision parameter negative, or if the decision parameter is positive, that is if p is less than 0 or if it is p greater than 0, in both the cases you have to increment x, right? Our formula says that in both the cases you have to increment x. So that is why this incrementing of x, we have done it ready well before checking the condition. Okay, so you have already done that incrementing part, and now you check whether the decision parameter is less than 0. If it is less than 0, what are you supposed to do? Go with the formula. So previous decision parameter value, this is calculating the decision parameter. Next decision parameter, that is pk plus 1, remember. So p is equal to p previous decision parameter, p plus 2 delta y. So this is only in the case where the p is less than 0. So otherwise what you have to do, if the p is greater than 0, what is the meaning of that? If the decision parameter is greater than 0, what you have to do there, in that case you have to increment y. You have to increment y, and the next decision parameter you have to calculate as per the formula, previous decision parameter plus 2 dy minus dx. So this is actually the variable where you have already pre-calculated and kept it ready as per our formula. Okay, so once you're done with this, you can draw the next pixel or the next point now. So the new x coordinate and y coordinate will be plotted. So the new y coordinate, that incremented thing, or else the new x coordinate, whatever you had incremented, that you're going to plot. Okay, and you're going to continue with this loop how many times? Until you reach the extreme end. So what is the extreme end? What we have? So our extreme end is x end and y end.